You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Hello, Aries. I just got done doing your 30-minute fire horse check-in reading. I think I'm going to start making the horoscopes an hour. I've already explained in the other two videos that I filmed that I'm going to try to make my videos the same amount of time as when I do my personals. I have 15 for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, $30, and if you want to do an hour or 60-minute personal, it's going to be $60. Now, I'm still in the process of getting the entrepreneur stuff together, so I'm not open for personals now, but I do intend on being open for personals soon, so keep that in mind. I changed the prayer and the tags up a little bit, so let's just get into the reading, see what we could do. The Aries horoscope, let's see. It's June 4th, so I can start back by doing, should I do June or July? Let's start off with July, because we're 6 months in, we have 6 months left. Let's just start out with July. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the reading, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound. You could go back to whatever source appoints you to do. Please give the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for the Arcane Aries Collective, the Arcane Aries members of my tribe. Whatever they need to know for July 2026, please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or my tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. It feels so good to be outside grounding and to get back into balancing my solar plexus chakra and wanting to do the readings again. Okay, you got 5 sacred symbols and oracles. Some of you, you've been doing magic, or you need to do magic, because I know some people in my overall tribe, like all zodiac signs, some of them are more open to tarot than they are doing spell work. Rightfully so. I can see why a lot of people would be afraid to dabble into that or to get into that. But I'm getting something about someone sending you negative energy and you have to clear it. At the bottom of the deck, we have protection here. We have meditate here with the mala beads. Gratitude with the candle. Healer with the Eye of Ra. Air, and that came out with trust. So air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. They're in your sextile. Air and fire are supposedly compatible, but there are other things besides a person's sun sign that can determine whether or not they're compatible with you. Air energy is also about intellect and communication. But being that we have like protection in air, something about incense, smudge, clearing something through air is significant. I'm also picking up that there's a person in your energy who you, at the very least, need to do a black or gray candle on. For some of you, it's so bad that you have to do a cord cutting, but only you will know specifically what your situation is. But yeah, very witchy energy coming out. But I think that trust is a very interesting thing that's coming out at the tail end of all this, because it's just like magic, 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 and then trust. So I wonder if you've done a spell and you could be new to it and you're wondering if it worked, like a protection spell, or maybe some of you are scared whether or not you have protection against this particular person. I don't have that AI deck anymore with the drama situation, so we're just going to go straight into physical features. Ooh, okay. I feel like someone who is, what's the word? Not Pacific Islander, that's not what I'm trying to say, but since I said it, Caribbean could be significant. So West Indian, braids, and Curvy Plus all came out together. It doesn't have to be the same energy, but they just came out in a group. But these two, I feel like this is like the same person. Someone could come from a culture like West Indian or maybe even African, a black person, where doing hair is very important in their culture. And that's all black people in general, like all different types of black people. But something like, I'm picking up Jamaican, South African, Dominican, maybe even Puerto Rican. And then there's a synchronicity with rainbow, so LGBT plus is significant. I feel like there's also a synchronicity with someone who does hair or changes their hair a lot. Age range 76 to 94 and multicolor hair. Also, happy Pride Month too, because in the 30-minute reading, I was picking up on LGBT energy too, so I just think I would just go out and say that. We also have Blue Eyes and Petite. They didn't come out together, but I'm just holding both of them at the same time. So just bear with me here as I stack these tiles up. See what downloads I get from scrying here. Okay, GA. Someone could be from Georgia. I don't know why, but I'm also feeling the energy of someone who's very into anime. They could consider themselves a weeb. Or someone could be a gamer. Okay, I just heard Texas. If we have a R, I'm just going to grab it because I think Yoruba is almost in here. Something about someone who practices Ifa or has Nigerian ancestry could be significant, but there's definitely like an Afrocentric person that I'm picking up on. Interesting, because for the 30-minute video, there were a lot of Caucasian cards that came out, but this is like maybe a different Aries collective, and it's a lot of black cards that are coming out. Okay, I see. Okay, maybe Yoruba is in here now. Someone could even be trying to learn Yoruba. Miami. Someone could be from Miami, Florida. I'm hearing the name Naomi. There's no N, but I saw and heard Naomi. I don't know if someone's last name is Akima, but there's definitely like an African person that I'm picking up on. Ooh, I see Oya. So yeah, that's confirmation. Someone could be a child of Oya if you're into Orisha. Yeah, someone could be a weeb because I see Kumba in the tiles, and I think that's Japanese for bear. And that's sticking out to me because my cousin Jalen, that's her gamer nickname. Her friends call her Kumba, and she's a huge weeb. Um, I'm seeing one of my classmates' names in here. Someone's name could be Lima. Uh, Someone could work at Jumba Juice, or you recently had Jumba Juice. There's also a person, I just saw someone who's like big on sea moss and stuff like that. In the 30-minute video, I was picking up on someone who's trying to be a conscious consumer, maybe someone who's trying to be vegan, or they're trying to be less materialistic. Some of you are trying to eat more green or cleaner. Someone's name could be Jacob, Katie. I'm seeing something else there, but I don't know how relevant it's going to be. I'm just going to move this over. MBA, I think that's a degree. There's something about someone being very educated too. That came out in the 30-minute reading that I just did too. Someone could have recently gotten a degree or finished trade school. Lima, if you ever watch this video, I don't know if you have Aries in your chart, but I'm picking up your energy right now. Someone's name could be Zach. I feel like there's something in the tiles that's trying to grab my attention. I feel like there's a lot of words in here that might be significant. Okay, KQED, kid. The energy of children came out in the 30-minute reading. I'm also picking up something about something about the television or someone being on television. Because there's no N here, but what I'm seeing is NBA too. So I don't know if a person who plays basketball could be significant. Someone who's always watching the news, or maybe a journalist or a news anchor could be what they got this MA in. Wait a minute. Jukebox? Something about Bruno Mars could be significant. Because I think he has an album called Unorthodox Jukebox. Someone could be Filipino or Filipina. He's also, well, you could argue that Filipinos are Hispanic, but I don't know if he's Mexican. He's Hispanic too. He's biracial, but I don't remember what his other side is. So whatever his other side is, somebody could be that too. Okay, so we have 4 Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Cups upright, Seven of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Swords reverse, Six of Swords reverse. So far we have Capricorn, Cancer, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's the air energy, extra Aquarius. And then we also have Five of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So just like the 30-minute reading, I am picking up on there being a conflict, or you had a falling out with someone, a disagreement, like the meditation card says. It could have been about money. Four of Cups is a very interesting card to me because it, like all tarot cards, have positives and negatives, but it could be frustration, boredom, not listening to signs, but it could also be being busy while you wait for something. Trying to occupy your time or trying to ground it, or at least that's how I've been looking at it recently, because that's what I've been doing. And it is a Cancer card, and I am a Cancer, so I just have new insight towards the card right now. Six of Swords in the reverse. There's something about someone not wanting to backpedal or do something from their past. So far it's feeling like it's money related, but the Pentacles are about more than just money. I don't see how this is related to you feeling like you need to protect yourself. So let's just keep going. Let's start off by clarifying Ace of Swords in the reverse, because that could represent lack of breakthrough, having hard feelings towards someone, lack of clarity, someone being dishonest. Eight of Cups upright. Sorry, you guys. I'm just kind of nervous about being able to save this video because I'm at 15 minutes right now. I don't know if I'm going to have enough storage to do a hour-long reading. Eight of Cups upright. Apathy, feeling like you have to go away from something. There could be a person who's avoidant, because with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Cups, that's kind of like not wanting to be bothered. An avoidant, a neglectful person. Maybe a person who's not that good at communicating too, because I kind of feel like this is a person who's just ghosting people and not explaining why. The High Priestess upright. Maybe this was a person who was dishonest with you and you intuitively knew it, and maybe you walked away from them. Okay, let's see what else. And the High Priestess coming out makes sense because it goes with all these spiritual oracle cards that I pulled. Eight of Pentacles upright. Something about money. Something about money. Someone was not honest about what they invested their money in, or I don't know if this High Priestess is a supervisor and you appointed someone a task hoping that they would be competent and they didn't do what you told them to do. I also feel like this could be someone's ex, but it could also be someone's kid that's very avoidant. What's the Four of Cups about? Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so this person is very immature. They're not good at communicating, because the pages and the knights are always the messengers in tarot. This person could also have a temper tantrum too. What else? The Lovers upright, the Ten of Swords upright. Both of these are Gemini cards. I was going to say, when I pulled the air card, I was mostly feeling Gemini. And I wanted to say that someone's dealing with a very difficult Gemini, and that's not to just stereotype all Geminis like that, but that's literally what I heard. The Lovers and the Ten of Swords. Wow. So the Lovers isn't always literally about love, sex, romance. It could be about an ultimatum, two choices. One is usually like glaringly better than the other one. Ten of Swords could be the end to a tough cycle, but it could also represent being betrayed, like the ultimate betrayal, or like you were supposed to walk away from something that wasn't serving you a long time ago, but now that you finally did it, most of the time you have a Ten of Swords moment when you're trying to avoid it. So it's like someone learned a hard lesson. I'm going to clarify this because I want to see if it is about love. But there's a person who has to come to terms with their abandonment issues here. What is this about? Five of Wands, conflict. Yeah, this is a person that runs away from conflict when it comes to relationships. Also, with the Lovers here, someone, they were given an ultimatum. I'm just going to assume that it was you or another person, the viewer, and they chose wrong. And now they're in the trenches with you. And they're also probably in the trenches with the other person too, because that's what happens when you choose karmic relationships, or you yourself choose to be in karmic energy. It doesn't matter who this person would have been with. If they were not in the right energy, they would have had this Ten of Swords moment either way. So, okay, what else? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a person who this reading is roasting. They're very low effort, but still, I'm missing pieces of the puzzle here. So far, what I have is someone is low effort, they're immature, they're bad at communicating, they could also be bad at money. There's a person who's highly intuitive, someone doesn't want to go back to the past, and somebody made a bad decision. Someone could have also been breadcrumbing you. They're very low effort in a relationship. Okay, so clarify the Lovers, please. Okay, Six of Cups. I think it was upright, but it just flipped in the reverse. So once again, another 6 in the reverse. You don't want to go back to the past. I feel like you are trying to do a cord cutting on someone. However, I feel like this is not as easy as a fix as you want it to be, because the Lover's card is a twin flame card, and people say you can't do cord cuttings on twin flames. Now, let's get some more cards to see if my theory is correct. And if it is correct, then what is your advice that you're supposed to do about this situation? Because there's obviously a person who, maybe they had you all in your feelings, all in your head. I see a lot of pentacles here too. So there could be frustration about them not giving you a promise that they said they were going to give. And so I feel like you're very fed up with this person. So clearing your energy in general works no matter what type of soul tie it is. But if you have a twin flame, the cord cutting is not going to work. So Okay. So we know what this person did. What type of relationship is this that you have with this person? Clarifying the Six of Cups. Okay, King of Wands reverse wanted to come out, but it didn't. We have Nine of Wands reverse and Strength upright. Well, I just know that you really are trying not to go back to them. There is like you're afraid of how strong you feel about this person. I feel like this person had a way in the past of completely taking over your life, like you being obsessed with them. And with the High Priestess, you know that that's not healthy. You know that that's not where you're supposed to be. But it seems like you cannot clear this person from your energy for the life of you. But there's a strong emphasis of you praying. I feel like you're praying, please don't let this person fuck up my life. Please don't let them back in if they're going to be on the same BS over and over again. Strength. But still, why is this connection so hard to be severed? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It's funny that this came out because I was just looking at the halo and the Strength card. This might be a twin flame relationship. And I feel like with the Two of Pentacles here, someone tried to do a cord cutting. It didn't work. It's because this is not a type of soul tie that could be broken with a cord cutting. So I want to use angel numbers because I wonder if that infinity or one of the twin flame angel numbers is going to show. Okay, so what's your advice then? What is your advice? I don't know why, but Six of Wands wants to come out. I feel like that's a weird card to come out for advice, especially with this situation. Okay, your advice is Two of Wands upright, Page of Swords reverse, Queen of Pentacles reverse. So once again, the Lovers, the Two of Wands, there's an ultimatum, a choice that has to be made. Your advice is the Page of Swords in the reverse. So is this saying, don't check up on this person? Don't give them money? Because for some of you, I don't know, something about this relationship is kind of weird. There's a lot of money stuff coming out. A lot of pentacle energy coming out. This person, they relied on you for a lot. And I feel like this is weird. We have LGBT here. There are a lot of different ways that masculines and feminines could be in relationships together. But I feel like this is a feminine masculine dynamic where you were expecting the masculine to be masculine, but it's like you had to do all their work for them because they weren't stepping up, and this person was acting feminine. I don't even feel like it was about a power dynamic. I just feel like this person is just low effort and they're very distorted. Okay, I think I'm going to end here with the tarot because it's just kind of repeating itself and it's kind of obscure. So I just want to use some oracles that could probably help me figure out why this person of all people have to be your twin flame, because it's obviously they're mostly wrong, but there's also something that you can learn from this too. And I think that that was in the 15-minute video that I did earlier. Because twin flames always show you things that you have to work on, whether it's the exact same thing or whether it's a polarized thing. Right when I say that, 1221, symbiosis. So whatever you feel like is a bad trait in this person, hate to break it to you, you might have it to a lesser degree or to an equal degree or in a different area. Or maybe you guys are just opposites, polar opposites, just so that you could learn different ways of looking at things. For some of you, this person could be a Libra, and I say that because with the lovers, it's typically Adam and Eve in the card, or two different types of lovers, whether one is dark skin, one is light skin. So there's something about you two learning from different experiences, different personalities or values. Okay, 413. I've been seeing this one. I think I saw this one twice today. I didn't even know that this was technically all numbers are angel numbers, but I didn't know that this was like a recognizable one. Symbiosis and synergy. So there's something about you two meeting each other in the middle, balancing each other out. For some of you, this person is definitely a Libra, or they have Libra in their chart, or you could have Libra in your chart. We also have 888, abundance. 888 also represents karma, which I feel like is very fitting for the lovers in the Ten of Swords, because the Ten of Swords is usually someone getting karma for trusting the wrong person or not wanting to end a cycle, so it has to be done the painful way. It's kind of like a mini Tower card, the Ten of Swords, to me sometimes. But also, going back to the lovers of Adam and Eve in the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, you know, there's a consequence for not following the divine, for not following the high priestess or what your higher self is telling you to do. 717, bravery. I was trying to figure out what that fits with, but I think that is why the strength card is showing. Someone has to have bravery to end a cycle. But if you're the feminine that I'm talking to, I feel like you have to have bravery to trust that if this is your person, they can change. I mean, most of the time when people hurt you, or when they betray you, or when you go through like a love situation like this, what it does is it makes you go through an awakening. So my biggest thing that I try to remind people is, like, to the people who say that so-and-so can't change, it's like, you changed. You did a 360, so why don't you think that this person could do a 360? We also have 1212, a soulmate angel number, choices. It goes with the lovers. It goes with the Two of Wands, so it makes sense. Yeah. And always remember that twin flames mirror each other. So this person, they had an ultimatum to choose you and another person, or choose you and multiple people, or a lifestyle that wasn't serving them. They chose wrong. And now with 888 karma, you're put in an ultimatum situation. But I feel like some of you reasoned that the way to solve this was to do a cord cutting, and I don't think that this is a relationship that could be severed with a cord cutting. You could definitely choose someone else, because 1212 is a soulmate number, but this person is always going to be in your heart, or you're always gonna think about this person, because they changed your life by catapulting you to change. I can't believe I'm only at 30 minutes. I feel like I've been talking for a long time. Okay, angels and ancestors. Protection guardian. Drop your shields. Yeah, like I was saying. With trust, I was feeling like someone is very afraid of what a particular person can do to you. But I have to tell you, I almost don't want to get anything else from this deck because that makes a lot of sense by itself, but I still have time. People can't do anything to you that you don't allow them to do. So if you have boundaries now, you shouldn't be afraid of what this person can do to you. But also, you need to work on your heart chakra, opening it back up to trust people. And I know that this person in the past was not trustworthy, but people can change. I also feel like you are doubting whether twin flame relationships or soulmates are real, or whether something positive can come from a situation that hurt so much, or ended so catastrophically, or something that seems like it's on an infinite loop. But it is within your power to stop things, or you can do something different. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Why did this come out? Okay, in the 30-minute Aries Fire Horse reading, I got something about someone quitting their matrix job and they want to make a side business their main thing. I think the Trader card goes with the Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, it's definitely a spiritual business because this is right underneath the High Priestess. And obviously, like, I know somebody who literally quit their job and they were able to just go full out tarot, and she wants more growth, but she's pretty successful. So it is possible, but I feel like I'm still learning to regulate my nervous system. So, and I don't have any savings. So for me, I have to use my matrix job until I get to that point. But I am picking up, for someone, they are meant to just do their own thing. Like, they're going to be very successful once they get their business together, once they get their following together. Okay, Sage, be devoted and committed. There's a synchronicity with peacocks here too. So Oya is in the tiles, but if you're into Yoruba, something about Oshun could be significant too. Trader, Sage. Someone can be an author. There's something possibly about someone sewing, crocheting, or writing. But with Sage too, I also just feel like someone is very holistic and they use herbs and things. So the Pentacles are mostly about money, but it could be anything that's tangible. And because Pentacles are earth sign energy, I do usually get like botanical energy. Someone who smokes could be significant. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. So yeah, a lot of witchy energy is significant for this reading. I still find it interesting how, from what I'm picking up, I feel like someone is very talented in the, like, spell work arena. and they know what to do with the high priestess, very knowledgeable, but someone is like very, very definitely afraid of whether or not this person is gonna fuck up their life. And I'm just gonna say it like that because that's what I feel like it. That's how I feel you feel about this. I feel like this person, they promised that they would work on a business with you. And if you're feminine and this person is masculine, the reason why there's so many pentacles and so much frustration and disappointment is because this person, you thought they were going to be a partner, or you thought they were going to be a provider, and I don't think they contributed anything that they promised. But through that, I think that you healed some codependency wounds and also some abandonment wounds. And always remember, when someone is avoidant, they have abandonment wounds, which is why they discard or why they abandon people, but also usually they attract people that have abandonment wounds too. Okay, we have Neptune flipped right in my little incense holder. Mysticism, spirituality, escapism. We have Pallas, wisdom, skill, self-defense. So I definitely feel like you've been using your noggin. You've been very intuitive, very logical recently, and you feel like you have to defend yourself against this person. We have Leo, courageous, regal, loyal. Some of you could actually be in conflict with a Leo, or for some of you, this the third party could be a Leo. And when I talk about third parties on my channel, I don't necessarily feel like for everyone, the third party is one particular person. But for someone, you might not even really know this person, but the person who the reading is talking about, they could have chose someone who has a Leo sun. We have equinox, commitment, integration, shifts. Another synchronicity with air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. You could have a lot of air in your chart, or this person that the reading is talking about could have a lot of air in their chart. And then we have full moon, culmination, release, illumination. So I think the irony with that is you could have thought that it was just about releasing, but this full moon card also says illumination or culmination. So maybe this is a situation that is not meant to go away all the way, but you got more clarity on it. And then at the bottom of the deck, South Node, past lives, natural gifts, karmic challenges. Okay, I'm looking across the wheel because Leo came out and something told me to think about South Node and North Node. So across from Leo is Aquarius. So let's say you have a Leo North Node. That could be why Trader came out, because Leo rules 5th house. It's about your hobbies and creativity. I feel like in a past life, what you're used to is this person did this before, and so it caused you to be by yourself and focus on doing something yourself. But with Aquarius, Aquarius's specialty is networking. So I feel like if you wanted to, you could manifest actually working with this person, but there's a lot of karmic challenges that need to be overcome before this works out, because I feel like if you do work with this person, you and them would be a very good team. But once again, it almost always boils down to independence, fulfilling your purpose, and then when you do that, that's when you attract the other person mirroring you and doing the same thing. Yeah, because we have 1221 and 413, symbiosis and synergy. So this is about both of you meeting in the middle. Interesting. Now, I want to see how this person feels about this, because so far we've just been picking up on how you feel, with the fact that you want to release them and you feel like they've abandoned you. How does this person feel? I guarantee you they feel a lot guiltier and a lot more remorseful than you think that they do. I feel like some of you feel like they don't care, but they do. I guarantee you they mirror your exact feelings. Well, we have heart on fire, passion, less jealousy. I did see the desire card coming out too. So there's something about sexual energy telepathically. As a side note, you know, the high priestess is a very spiritual card. The high priestess is a very spiritual card, but it could also be sensual energy too. Clock, signs, synchronicities, divine timing. This person could like watches. They could have an Apple Watch or just like a very fancy watch. Smiley tears, smiling through pain, bittersweet. So even if they're still with another person, I don't feel like they're happy. This person needs to learn to go with what they want to manifest and not what they're used to. That's why South Node was showing. Robot, expressing no emotions, autopilot. You've definitely gotten yourself involved with an avoidant. Sun, optimism, joy, happiness. This is how this person feels. Sleepy, tired, bored. I feel like the sun came out because you make them happy, believe it or not. Airplane, travel, vacation, business trip. This person could be traveling. This could be a long distance relationship. Smile, happiness, excitement, proud. So this person is proud of you. You make them very happy. I don't think that they're great at expressing that. Some of you sleepy, tired, bored. There's a time zone difference too. They could travel for work, like possibly be a truck driver. And I think sleepy, tired, bored is coming out because maybe by the time I post this video, they could be a few hours ahead of you or behind you. Something about them falling asleep on a plane too. Now what I just heard is, for somebody, this person is actually really good with money. For some of you, they were kind of broke or low effort because they didn't want to work. And I feel like on the opposite side of the spectrum, now I'm picking up on like King of Pentacles. Someone who, very flashy, very good with money, but maybe they're stingy because they have to work on their heart chakra and they didn't want to share it with you. Keep in mind that, especially with masculines, sometimes they do that not because they don't see you as worthy, but they could know that they want to lock you down, but they have a trust issue. And avoidance tend to do that a lot too. So it wasn't anything that had to do with your worth or anything. It's really about them and their worth and them not feeling like it was enough, or like you were going to rob them blind or something. I think Queen of Pentacles on the reverse came out at some point. Sometimes I see that as like gold digger energy. Okay. I know I want this to be like an hour, but my battery's gonna die. I could always speed this video up to make it an hour or whatever. I want to do Divine Masters, and I also want to end with Charm Casting. With Neptune and the High Priestess, this is definitely a very spiritual connection, and it was a connection that was meant, or is still meant, to make you grow. And sometimes triggering on both sides happens in order for that. The Lumerians' clairvoyance activated psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. I think someone was trying to deny the fact that this was their twin. We have Ma'at, divine intervention, weigh up your options, choose the highest good. So I talked about Ifa and Yoruba, but I also feel like someone is into Kemetic spirituality too. Did I say that I feel like this person was a Libra for some of you? Ma'at is Libra energy. It's about balance. Yeah, this might resonate with a person who has one particular individual karmic in their third party situation. Because I just feel like with the Lovers and Ma'at, it's like the same issue keeps circling. It's like every time you check them, because Page of Swords is in the reverse, I think that was telling you not to keep on checking on them. Just learn to attract. It's like every time you go and check them, you see that they're still with the same person. There's like a person that they go to whenever, who's a person who's easy, low-hanging fruit, that they go to, who kind of is at their level or lower, that is some sort of power dynamic when they're too afraid to reach for what they deserve or what they want. And we have Jesus here at the bottom of the deck. Acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. In the 30-minute reading with the charm casting, I felt like something about someone who's a police officer could be significant. Some of you could be in the military, ex-military. Thank you for your service. I'm also picking up something about someone being in the healthcare field with Jesus being here serving. Virgo energy could be significant. Taurus energy could be significant because I'm picturing Six of Pentacles. All right, let's look for synchronicities with the 30-minute reading first. The silver platter, this talks about generational wealth. Though this reading is more so about a single entrepreneur rather than a family dynamic. We have the sucker, which came out in the 30-minute, which talks about an ex that is kind of obsessed with you now because law of attraction. We also have extra spicy here too, so there is sexual energy. Some of you could have a lot of fire in your chart. Jar magic. Don't tell people your manifestations, because when it comes to you being an entrepreneur, I feel like people are hating on you. People are hating on your love life too, which is why the evil eye came out again. The combat boot came out in the 30-minute reading. There's an ex that you have who you're in the trenches with. Both you and this person are going through glow ups right now. Okay, here we go with the ultimatum energy again. So many places to go. Someone's traveling right now too. I feel like if this person is traveling, especially if they're in the air, they're thinking about you at this very moment. Someone could resonate with being a starseed or being different, because we have the alien here. You did have the Lemurians come out. There's also a synchronicity with Kemetic spirituality with this Ankh here. Yeah, the Ankh, it represents eternal life too. So this is a soul tie. You've known this person for many past lifetimes. With the Ankh and the evil eye, I feel like there was an Egyptian past lifetime, and there was also probably a Greek past lifetime, or this is something that you can have in your ancestry. Someone's on their way to an event right now, because the chandelier piece is kind of like my let your hair down charm. Here we go, yin and yang, twin flame energy, balance of opposites here. We have the wheel. So this is about focusing on yourself, being the captain of your own ship. We also have the bird caged here. So someone could be caught up in a karmic relationship with the Ten of Swords. They're not happy there. They're trying to get out of that. Funny how they're trying to get out of that and you're trying to get out of a twin flame situation with them. We have Taurus here, and it says trustworthy on the back. And we also have Pisces, and it says intuitive on the back. That's all that I have for you guys. If you like this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see you guys in the next one.